Have you ever wondered what easy money trading really looks like when it goes wrong? I watched a so-called can't lose strategy hit a 99.7% drawdown, a complete wipeout in real time. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through how these strategies lure people in, what actually happens when that volatility strikes, and what you need to know before you trust the hype. So let me take you back to Singapore earlier this year at the conference Token 2049. We had the Minotaur Trading Systems booth set up showing people how our price agnostic approach targets conservative returns with risk fully understood and managed at all times. No fireworks, no fantasies, just algorithmic structure. So all weekend we had people stopping by, fund managers, traders, retail traders, professional traders, engineers even, wanting to understand the algorithmic engineering behind what we do. And then this guy, he walks up, he's confident, he's animated, he's the type of person who's rehearsed this pitch 100 times. He takes one look at our system and he starts laughing. He tells me dead serious that he's running a basket of uncorrelated crypto assets that generate 30% a week. That's right, he said 30% a week. You could tell he'd hooked a lot of people with that line. This guy talked a lot. He knew all the buzzwords. He promised to send me a copy trading link because, quote, when you see the performance, you're going to want to put serious capital behind this. Now, I didn't put a cent of my own money into it because I already knew where this story goes. I know those type of returns are insane, but I did track it. And just a few weeks later, we got the October crash followed by the November crash. So I checked the link and you can take a look at the link here. 99.77% drawdown. Not down bad, not struggling. This is completely obliterated. So when I messaged him about the 99.7% drawdown, his reply had kind of changed tune. He said, it's kind of obvious why it got destroyed, isn't it? And that's the part that really reveals the entire mindset behind these kind of strategies. And it really annoyed me what he said, because what he was trying to say without saying it is this. Well, the market went down, so of course the strategy stopped working. And that right there is the belief system that wipes out more people than anything else. The idea that when the market is going up, these strategies are absolutely brilliant. And when the market goes down, it's just one of those things that happened. Nothing to analyze, nothing to learn, and nothing to improve. Just to kind of shrug, well, the market crashed. But that is the entire point. A trading strategy isn't judged by how it behaves when everything is in the green. It's judged by whether it has any respect for risk when the volatility turns against it. Most of these systems have none. The position sizing is reckless, the margin use is blind, the risk management is either non-existent or built on magical thinking. They don't understand flaws, they don't understand structural models, they don't understand how to handle downside pressure without blowing up the entire account. What they understand though is one thing. Hope that the tokens they're holding are going to go up 5 or 10x. Hope that the momentum will always be on their side. Hope that the last 6 months is going to repeat forever. And this is how people get wrecked. Assets with no structural support can go down 80, 90, even 99%. And this is not a freak event. It's what they do. It's built into their DNA. But these can't lose systems pretend those crashes don't exist right up until the moment that they lose everything. So when he said it's obvious why it got destroyed, what he really meant to say was this: my entire strategy only works in one direction and I never bothered to consider the other one. And that's the whole difference between gambling and actual engineering. You can either build a system that acknowledges reality, or you can build one that's going to collapse every time the moment arrives. So meanwhile, during the exact same crash, my algorithm had only utilized about 25% of its margin, and it absorbed the volatility with a smooth, controlled, uncorrelated drawdown, nothing even remotely close to the 38% drawdown that Bitcoin itself took. And it was still able, if it needed to walk all the way down to power law support. I'm gonna put a screenshot here on the screen so you can see the margin for yourself. Now, this is what people don't understand. Anyone can look like a genius when everything is going up. You see, crypto is volatile enough to hand out incredible short-term returns to anyone who's lucky and reckless at the same time. But I say this over and over again, that 100% of nothing is still nothing. And with most altcoins, there is no floor. They can and do go down 80, 90, even 99%, just like this guy's setup. There is no risk management because there is no structure. It's all momentum and hope until the volatility turns around and takes everything back And that's exactly what happened. So this is why we don't really trade altcoins. This is why we don't chase hyper returns or weekly miracle systems. And this is why Minotaur Trading Systems mostly focuses on one thing only, and that's trading Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the gorilla in the room, and it is the only asset in the crypto universe that has a decade-long structural trend, deep liquidity, institutional participation, predictable volatility, decay patterns, and a mathematical observable power law backbone. And we don't just believe that. We work directly with Giovanni Santastasi, the person who built the first model for the power law itself. This is the heart of our entire risk management framework. We treat the power law support as our trading floor. It's the only level in crypto that has behaved like a gravitational boundary for over 15 years. But even then, we do not treat it as invincible, only as the first point of defense. We can scale in defensively below it if we need to, and we deploy capital structurally, not emotionally. We let the algorithm react to the opportunity and pressure in real time. Because in this game, the people who survive aren't the ones who are chasing 30% a week. They're the ones with the discipline, the engineering, and the structure to stay standing when everyone else is liquidated. And if you want proof, I'll show you the difference. Right now, my algorithm is managing a $1.2 million position mid-volatility, riding through the exact same environment that wiped out the 30% per week genius. And it's doing it with controlled margin use, defensive scaling, trailing exits, and fully protected liquidation levels. That's what real risk management looks like. And the video will pop up and you can click on it at the end of this one. If you're trading $1,000 to $5,000, you can get away with chaos. You can manually babysit a position that's that small. You can add funds when things go wrong. But when you trade at real scale, like what our system is built for, 6 to 7 figures, the system has to be engineered and nothing can be improvised. And that's what we've built. So if you want to see how we can handle volatility, how we deploy capital, and how we protect downside even in the worst environments, then just go ahead and book a call with us. We'll walk you through the system. We're going to show you exactly how everything is set up, not through hype, not through hope, and definitely not through a 30% a week magic trick. So click the links below, book a call, and let's make sure you're trading with something that's built to survive the crashes, not just the bull markets.